They're over there. Huh?
Where's the cable? I'm going to see if I can figure this out for you.
Oh,
Is that over by you or is it over there?
it's plugged in.
Are you using it right now?
No, I'm just working off internal.
Can I take this out?
Oh, yeah. Well, test for it. Huh? Oh, yeah, dude, take the flash. Yeah, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Oh, yeah, bro, take it. Yeah, I'm not using it. I'm hooked into the power under the.
How long does that juice last on that power, Chris?
Just 2 hours.
Yeah.
Mixer's broken.
Nothing.
I got a double. Extremely low. I'm taking this thing pretty hard. Can we go look in your mailbox?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy! Go, Jim!
Something's up. Dash, keep going.
What's up, Coach? Hi, how are you?
Dash, keep going.
Jake Goldshore will clean up and do the catch.
Way over the top.
Fifth and playing center field is Cole Langra.
Are you going straight to the back?
Yeah. Batting seventh, the first baseman. Mark Kelly will bat eighth.
Your system. Yeah.
Here? Okay, so we get started.
I mean, pretty typical batting order from the Wreckers. Excuse me. We'll see, what this team can do, and we'll see if Pissery can get it going.
Yeah, usual starting lineup, kind of the everyday order for this Wrecker team. So we'll get ready to start here. Apologize, we're not currently on O'Shea Productions. That is some technical difficulties will be fixed. We are here on WWPT 90.3 FM.
As we'll see Jules Cicero step into the box momentarily.
Cicero, been the record leadoff hitter all year, playing second base. That will be the first one for the Rutgers here today. So here we go in the bottom of the first. First pitch, Passeri to Cicero. And that is going to be hit to left field foul.
It was a little early on that swing, but, if he holds back just a tiny bit later, that could be a 1-0 lead for the Rutgers.
Yeah, certainly, he certainly does have that power. Has hit some home runs this year for the Rutgers.
Yeah, that grand slam against
Greenwich,
yeah.
0-1 will be outside 1-1. Yeah, definitely has that power ability. The 1-1. Tried to check his swing there as pitch was low, 2-1.
The rain slowly coming down. This is really going to be a factor on whether or not the rain, comes down a little bit harder enough, to maybe get a little delay of game.
As that pitch is fouled back 2-2. Probably right now, I think we're fine. Little rain, but if it gets heavier, you see that infield dirt. That's always a safety concern.
Exactly.
We don't want anyone getting hurt. The 2-2 to Cicero. And it just missed. 3-2 inside there.
That's a 50-50 call from the umpire. Luckily landed in the hands of Staples.
And the full count of Cicero. This is what he does. He draws full counts. That's fouled near us. Might hit a car. Oh, just came short of one there. So car with a Warde sticker. So take of that as you will. And the 3-2 one more time. And that is going to be hit out to left field. Shallow left field. It's going to be the shortstop for Warde, who will take that for the first out.
Almost a collision between the shortstop and the left field there. Seemed like they didn't have the communication on who was going to take that one.
Yeah, that was the shortstop there. Stransky able to take it. So that'll bring up Cooper Brundage. Brundage batting second this afternoon. Left-handed hitter. Brandeis commit. Captain of this record team. And the first pitch, that'll be low, 1-0. Another one just missed there. One 0 to Brundage. That's going to be ripped foul near the first base line.
Seemed like the Rutgers are a little bit early on these pitches, and it seems like they're, just a tad bit early, but enough to not keep these balls that are hit really well foul.
And the
fair.
1-1 will be low, 2-1. The Rutgers seem to have a good eye here early on, too. Cicero drawing that full count. Now, Brundage in a hitter's count, 2-1, 3-1. Back-to-back 3-ball counts here. Passeri's working himself into.
I mean, he needs to be great here for the Warde Mustangs.
And that's ball 4. That's in the dirt. So Brundage will work a walk. Rutgers will have a runner on here with one out. First base runner of this game. Offensive firepower on Saturday when these two teams met. 11-9 game. Yesterday both teams played a pitcher duel. Warde lost to 1-0 to Norwalk, and Rutgers lost to Trumbull 2-1 in 8 innings. That'll bring up Rutgers pitcher Andrew Oppenheimer will take a strike.
Yeah, and you were talking about how both teams faced a pitcher's duel yesterday, and I think that's going to play a key part in whether or not we see the bats going, because, the bats didn't get going for both teams yesterday, and if this continues to be a pitcher's duel, I'm not sure who's going to win.
Runner was going there. Oppenheimer fouls back, so Brundage will head back to first. Yeah, definitely. These two teams, again, last year they met in the state semifinal, played in the pitcher duel with Oppenheimer on the mound. Oppenheimer at the plate now, down 0-2 in the count. And the pitch, that's outside 1-2. Now, we talked about the rain today. This game is supposed to actually be the season opener in April. It was postponed twice to today. So we probably want to get this game in today. It's a non-FCAC game. The 1-2. That's going to be hit to left field. That's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be a base hit. Brundage will around the corner, head for third. The throw will be not in time, and Oppenheimer's into second with a double. Rutgers will have 2 runners in scoring position here with 1 out.
I mean, that that ball was close. Barely was fair, but Oppenheimer hustled and got a double out of it.
Yeah, it was a hustle double. Brundage had to hold up to see who was going to get caught, so normally you could probably see him scoring on that, but only able to make it to third.
But, I mean, it's a good at-bat for Oppenheimer, and we'll see Goldshore now, who is hitting in the cleanup.
Yeah, that will bring up Jake Goldshore, the catcher in this record team. Him and Andrew Oppenheimer, future teammates. And that pitch is going to be a strike, 0-1. And Rutgers trying to get an early lead. They had to play from behind in that game on Saturday. That pitch will be low in the dirt.
If you
notice
for the Warde Mustangs, the infield is in. They're going to come home at any pitch that's in the infield. So let's see if Goldshore can square one up and maybe hit one that can into the outfield that can drive in 1 or 2 runs.
1-1, that's in the dirt, 2-1. Yeah, Warde does not want to surrender an early deficit, so if they're going to do anything they can to try to prevent an early lead from the Wreckers.
And we need to see Pissari. He needs to get some balls inside the strike zone.
And the pitch, that's upstairs, 3-1.
Seems a little bit out of control right now.
Give like a hard button.
Out to center field. Landgraf is there. He will make the play for the first out. 4 up, 4 down to start this game for Andrew Oppenheimer. There's nothing we can do. So we'll bring up Derek Dace, the center fielder. A nice performance here from Oppenheimer so far.
Really? I mean, he is an ace-level caliber pitcher, right? I mean, ace is what do you expect of him, but, you know, he is pitching really nice right now, and hopefully we see him, you know, cruise through, you know, maybe 5-6 innings, and if the Wreckers can, you know, get some runs off on the board, you know, this could be a pretty easy matchup.
He's into another pitcher's count here. He's ahead 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, that'll be fouled back. In the parking lot, will it hit a car? I think it might have grabbed one a bit there.
I think that actually did, because if you look at the bounce on that, you know.
Yeah. The 0-2, that's low and outside, 1-2. Oppenheimer hasn't had to deal from the stretch yet. We'll be heading to Trinity next year, along with Jake Goldshore. And the 1-2, that's going to be hit out to third. Kelly will make the play. Fired to first in time for the second out.
Be interesting to see, you know, what the Warde team can do with 2 outs in this inning. Maybe if they can get a base runner, maybe they can, you know, tie this game up. But, you know, if you want to get some runs in, you need to make Oppenheimer feel uncomfortable, which they have not done, unfortunately.
So I'll bring up the second baseman, Michael Mersano. He takes a strike, 0-1. Or sorry, that just missed. Not called a strike. It's 1-0.
Close call, though.
Yeah. 1-0. That'll be hit up the middle. Will be taken by Kukio. He'll make the play in time. That's another 1-2-3 inning for Oppenheimer. 6 up, 6 down. And we will head to the bottom of the second. Nothing across for Warde.
Forgot to add this, but, you know, after the bottom of the first inning, you know, for the Staples Wreckers, you saw Warde head coach, you know, gather the players and, you know, really try to give them a pep talk, you know, maybe boost their confidence because, you know, that stretch where, you know, it was bases loaded and they got out of the jam, but, you know, you don't want to start like that, you know, especially in a game, you know, where you might be playing this team in the playoffs, or in the FCX, I mean.
Yeah, definitely. These teams have met multiple times. I mentioned this briefly, but this is actually not both these two teams are FCX teams, but this is not an FCX matchup. Does not count towards the FCX standings. These two teams wanted to schedule, the FCX guarantees everyone will play one game against each other, and that game was on Saturday. But these two teams wanted to open the season against each other, play an extra special game, kind of a home and home. But that first game of the season got rained out, then it was moved again. That got rained out, now we're playing in rain today. So these two teams, this game can't seem to avoid rain, really.
And I feel like that lowers the stakes a little bit, especially because it's not an FCX game. But still, you know, this is a team you're going to possibly see in the FCX. And if you do, you have to be prepared, you know, and you need to show your best.
Yeah, and this still counts towards rankings, still counts towards states.
Yeah,
still a lot at stake. But so we'll start this bottom of the second. It'll be Connor Brill at the bottom of the order for the Wreckers with Brill, Kelly, and then Jack Jacob against Passeri for Warde. A pitch to Brill. It's outside 1-0. Connor Brill taking over that first base role this year from Nate Barrett last year. It's a fan favorite. It's 1-0 will be popped up third base side. Under it is the third baseman for Warde. That is Galvin able to make the play.
I mean, that's unlucky, you know. Didn't get the best barrel on it, and fortunately landed foul.
I'll bring up Mark Kelly, the third baseman. Right-handed hitter, pitch. That's going to be strike on the inside corner there, 0-1. The 0-1 be fouled to the fence there, 0-2.
Seems like Passeri's, kind of getting into the rhythm here. I think he's settling down right now, and I think it looks like he might be getting comfortable, which is not ideal for the Wreckers.
Yeah, that's going to be outside 1-2. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot more, has a more calmer presence here on the mound here than he did in that first inning.
Exactly.
1-2. That's low, 2-2. Still early, but it's just weird that these two teams had a slugfest the other day, 11-9. Again, only the second inning, but still 1-0. 2-2. Fouled on the ground there.
Yeah, but, the rivalry between these teams has gone back for how many years, right? I mean,
forever.
Exactly. And so I already hear the bickering from both sides, and, the rivalry really gets tense, and so it's really gonna be a test for both teams on whether or not, they can get comfortable, for the pitchers and also for the bats.
It's 3-2 on Mark Kelly. Be a payoff from Passeri to Kelly, and the pitch that's going to be popped up into left field in foul ground, and that's going to run out of room there, almost near the football field. So we'll do it again. Yeah, you mentioned that rivalry. These two teams have kind of dominated the FCAC the last few years, going back Chad Knight, Ben Kasparius, those days.
Yeah, but, honestly, I think the number one team right now is Norwalk.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they
have big hit out to third. That's going to be Galvin will make the play. First baseman drew the first baseman off the bag there. So Kelly's going to reach. See if that's a hit or an error. The first baseman for Warde the throw just drew him off the bag. That's Vincent, the first baseman, who couldn't come up with it.
I think that's an error right there. And
should be an error.
Right? How, between innings, right, they like to, teams like to, practice in the field, practice their pitching and stuff. And if you've seen the Warde, fielders, they have, especially in the warm-ups, they've been pretty lacking in terms of, getting the ball, handling the ball and then throwing it, to first base. And it kind of been showing here with that error.
0-1 to Jack Jacob. It's 1-1. Showing bunt there on that first pitch, definitely interesting.
I mean, it's going to move the runner probably, but, I feel like with one out, you don't want to get into that double play either, so it kind of makes sense, but...
At 2-1 the count. Yeah, it does, he's not their... Jack Jacob definitely not their superstar hitter. Maybe a guy expect a little more. I think it's better than a runner on second than just a runner on first, to be honest.
Exactly.
My opinion.
And if they do decide to, maybe bunt...
3-1.
They do get to Jules, and, Jules is that hitter where, you can easily surrender a home run to him. So, the Warde Mustangs really looking for a double play, and bunting would, alleviate that double play.
3-1. That'll be in there for a strike. 3-2. So we'll see if Rutgers maybe put Mark Kelly in motion. 3-2-1 out. Could be something we see here. The pitch, that'll be swung on and missed. Jacob down swinging there for the second out.
Yeah, I think he was lacking on that swing. I think his feet weren't set, so kind of made him hard to, hit that ball.
Back to the top of the order with Cicero. Runner on 2 outs, and that pitch is going to be high pop-up. Third base, that's going to be Vincent making the play to end the inning. Rutgers get a base runner off the air, but no hits and nothing across. We'll go to the top of the third. Quick game already. Rutgers with a 1-0 lead. That's the second pop-up from Cicero.
Really? Passeri's really getting into a rhythm right now.
Yeah, Passeri gave up a couple of big hits in that first inning, but then really got in the rhythm. But You know who's really in a rhythm is Andrew Oppenheimer. He's going to try it 6 up, 6 down.
It really is. And, he's facing the bottom of the order, so we're going to see whether he can keep that momentum up, with the Warde Mustangs up to bat.
So we'll get going here. Due up this inning for the Mustangs, it will be the bottom of the order. The first 6 are retired, so it'll be Jake Cupola, Henry Vincent, and Mickey Galvin. Warde will try to break the scoreboard. Warde did not break the scoreboard yesterday against Norwalk. Again, you mentioned Norwalk, the best team. The FCAC, if not the FCAC, if not the state, the FCAC.
Yeah, and if you look at Norwalk, their pitching is absurd. They have 3 amazing pitchers, right? And you know who that kind of reminds me of?
Who?
The Staples Wreckers. 3 great pitchers in Oppenheimer, Sade, and Kai. It seems like they can beat Norwalk in their game in terms of, pitching, but it's just whether or not, the batters can get some runs on those aces.
So here we go to start this top of the 3rd inning. But yeah, you're right, Varun, when you say that, how the Norwalk, they beat the Records 14-1. They've been shutting out, their pitching's just been absolutely dominant, shutting down teams into this Warde team yesterday. As the pitch be a strike 0-1. See Oppenheimer getting to another hitter's count here on Cupola.
I mean, baseball's all about momentum, right? You get the momentum, you're going to score runs. You have the momentum in pitching.
That's going to be hit out to short. Cuquier will make the play, fire to first in time for the first out.
7 up, 7 down.
Is it too early to start getting to perfect game territory?
I think a little bit too early. What's not too early is maybe a no-hitter.
Maybe. It's still a long way to go. I'll bring up Henry Vincent. Vincent, a little dribbler back to Oppenheimer. Loses his hat, but he'll fire to first in time. 2 quick outs. 8 up, 8 down.
Oppenheimer usually, the shortstop for this team, but when he's on the mound, obviously he can't be playing shortstop, but we know of his talents on the field, right? So, we'll see whether or not we can maybe see a master class in terms of the Rector's fielding and pitching today.
Yeah, that's a pitch there to Galvin, misses 1-0. Yeah, a pitcher could field his position really well with that shortstop background. Better than some of his other record pitchers. It's a strike 1-1. Now, Oppenheimer really a two-way star. Probably the record's best is the 1-1 will be upstairs 2-1. Probably if you combine pitching and hitting, he's the record's best two-way player. He can do both.
That's a big asset for this team, right? I mean, it kind of sucks he can't be playing shortstop and pitching at the same time.
Yeah.
But
he's still hitting today.
He is still hitting today, and I mean, his bat. We already know what his bat can do. We already know what his pitching can do. We know what he can do as a player. It's just whether or not the team around him can do that.
There goes the perfect game as Galvin works a walk. Missed inside there. No hitter still intact.
I think just looking at him, it was a little bit out of sync there with him and Goldshore.
Walked the 9-hitter there.
Right, yeah. But, the two do have chemistry, both going to Trinity College next year, so, we'll see whether or not they can bounce back as he...
A little throw over, no cover there. Oppenheimer will work out of the stretch for the first time. First base runner.
And, something for this...
Throw over and Galvin's back.
That's what I was going to talk about is, how much they like to pick off, other teams' players, right? If you're taking too big of a lead, you better watch out.
Yeah, when the pitch misses 1-0. We saw that in the Wilton game we called, too.
Exactly.
Lots of throws over. Always trying to make sure any chance they have to get a runner, they're going to try to take it. It's the 1-0. That's going to be ripped foul. Third baseline.
Becker's really hoping for a ground ball double play.
Oh, there's two.
Oh,
There's
two
two
outs.
outs.
Sorry, that's
No,
not
you're
bad.
good.
Maybe if, a nice, fielder's choice, or not fielder's choice, maybe it's just a nice out to second, or, maybe just a ground out. Something, just to get out of this inning. Because we
Another
know,
throw over, but no cover there from Brill.
we know what this Warde team can do on the bats, with the bats. And so we'll see whether, they can start getting this going.
The 1-1, that's going to be ripped. Third base, that's a base hit there for Stratsky. The move it'll head to second, so there's the first hit of the day for Warde. And the Mustangs have 2 on here in this third inning. That's the first hit now surrendered from Oppenheimer. That kind of just ripped it the opposite field there.
Exactly. But, I thought Kelly had a play on it, just was, not close enough to the ball as it gets to the outfield.
So I'll bring up Blanco, the left fielder. Another left-handed hitter. 2 left-handed hitters at the top of this lineup from Warde. The pitch to Blanco. And that'll be inside 1-0. Two on, 2 out. Now Goldshore wants to talk to Oppenheimer. A little quick talk.
That pitcher-catcher connection is really what drives a pitcher, to be great. So,
And if anyone has that connection, it's these two. I've known them when you can remember. I used to play Little League with both these players. This pitch will be in low and inside 2-0. 2. Oh, we did.
are we off?
I think should still be on the stream. 2-0. Pitch. That's strike 2 and 1.
Yeah, we both used to, play Little League with these, with Oppie and with Jake, and
That'll be hit to short. Kukier will go to third with it, and that'll end the inning. So Oppenheimer able to get a ground ball to work out of it. We will head to the third inning.
Interesting choice by Kukier to go to third there. Usually you don't see, players do that. Go that short way because you're at risk of the runner being safe, but it ends up working out in the Wreckers' favor.
Yep. So we'll get ready to start bottom of the third. Warde able to be held at bay there. Due up for the Wreckers here this inning. We'll have 2, 3, and 4, Brundage, Oppenheimer, and then Goldshore. So we get ready to start this inning here.
Slow-moving game here for, both teams. We'll see whether, the Wreckers leading 1-0. We'll see whether they can get some more runs on the board, more insurance for their starting pitcher.
Yeah, definitely. 1-0 lead, not very safe. But, the way Oppenheimer's pitching. But still want to add some more runs. Cooper Brundage is up. He drew a walk in that first inning and was able to score.
Pretty easy walk for him.
Yeah. And that's going to be ripped to second base, but there is second baseman Davis, who makes the play for the first out.
Really, really close play.
Yeah.
Really hustled for that one.
Yeah, Brundage is going to hustle every time. He's a guy who could certainly not be one of these guys who's gonna walk to first.
No, he's a team player, and that's why he's the captain of this Wreckers team.
Here's Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's gonna hit that. That's gonna be through for a base hit. Past the sliding shortstop at third baseman. That's the second hit of the day for Oppenheimer. And Wreckers have a runner on here with one out.
We were talking about his two-way ability. I mean, he comes up clutch almost every single time he's up at the plate. We'll see whether he tries to steal here and maybe, put himself in scoring position.
Oppenheimer will lead off first. Pitch, and that's going to be foul. Jake Goldshore, the batter.
A little early on that swing. Seems like that's been kind of a thing for the Wreckers.
Yeah, lots of foul balls, early swings. And Passeri keeping a close eye on Oppenheimer at first.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, I think that he's a threat to steal.
Strike going too.
And
Yeah.
with, Goldshore up to bat, in the cleanup hitter, actually, we'll see if he can, maybe get into scoring position, and then Goldshore can maybe hit a nice single or a double, even something better, to score him.
And the pitch. That Goldshore is going to swing and miss. We'll be down on strikes for the second out. Chasing a pitch in the dirt there. 0-2. Or 2 outs.
Not the pitch he was looking for, Passeri really, just got him just swinging out of his mind. But, he definitely can bounce back from that. And so we'll see whether or not.
Runner goes. Landgraf will hit it out to second base. That'll take away the double play. Davis makes the play, though, to retire Landgraf.
It was 2
and
outs.
that was 2 outs. I made the same mistake you did. That'll end the inning. And we'll head already to the 4th inning. It's been a quick game here so far. Low scoring, though, here in the rain. Or drizzle, I'd say is more appropriate.
Yeah, drizzle is more appropriate. But we just hope and pray that, this game gets finished and doesn't get rained out.
Yeah, it's already happened twice, these two teams. It should be fine right now. It still looks like the infield is pretty clear. Although at the high school level can be a little bit more sensitive about rain.
Exactly. Also, there isn't a tarp for the infield, too.
I believe there is a tarp, but it's over. Maybe it's just for the mound.
Yeah, it's just for the mound.
Yeah.
They only have one for the mound, so.
Yeah. But again, they don't want these fields to get too wet. So Oppenheimer will get the ball here. Start his 4th inning of work. He's got a 1-0 lead. And again, I said it before, what a contrast this is from Saturday. These two teams played an 11-9 game. Both these two teams then played pitchers duels against good team. Both played good teams on Monday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Definitely. And obviously not the kind of, I think for the Warde, for the Mustangs, I think they're a little disappointed that they're not really, getting runs across the board. Only because, they are a great hitting team. And so when you play into the Wreckers, strengths, it won't end up well for them.
So we'll get ready. Oppenheimer finishing up his warm-ups. Due up here for the Mustangs. It's going to be Jimmy Dobbs, Krowski, and Davis. That's 3, 4, and 5 in this order. So I'll bring up Dobbs, DH. Takes a strike 0-1. Along with Varun Kumar and Matthew Stasher, we thank you for joining us here on the O'Shea Productions YouTube live stream. WWPT is connecting here. Should be on shortly. Again, as we mentioned, lots of bad connection by the baseball fields. The 0-1, that's going to be ripped through the right side. That'll be a base hit past Cicero. A base hit to Dobbs, played out there by Jack Jacob. And it's a leadoff single here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if he could have gotten there with the dive, but, definitely thought that that's what he was trying to do. And
could have attempted
he could have attempted a dive, right? But
so I'll bring up Krofsky, the catcher. As I was saying, sometimes have some issues connecting to our radio station here.
I think Stash's a little optimistic about that. I really don't think we're going to connect, but,
Well, we'll see. Usually it's been, this season for us and for other people who have called games, it's been very in and out. It can be spotty. Next year, hopefully, those problems will be resolved. They're going to be redoing these fields, and we should be getting a brand new booth.
That would be amazing.
We won't get to use it, though, unfortunately. And that was a close call there. Pickoff attempt from Oppenheimer checking on Dobbs there.
That was super close, and I think we're going to see him try it again, just maybe when the runner has a bigger lead.
Another check over. He's back. One and 0. Pitch. That's going to be hit out to third. Kelly will go to second for one. On to first. It's a double play. Rutgers turn 2. Kelly to Cicero to Brill. They go 5-4-3, and there's 2 outs.
I mean, wow. I don't even know what else you want me to say, but amazing fielding from the Rutgers right there, and a super close call that goes in the Rutgers' favor.
That's the catcher there, running there. Tried to beat out the double play, so wasn't able to do it. So 2 outs, nobody out. That'll bring up Derek Davis. Davis fouls it back, 0-1.
Even the Mustangs' first baseman coach.
Yeah,
thought he was
he's
safe.
signaled safe.
Yeah.
But umpire overruled him there. Umpire to make 2 calls there. One at second and one at first. Only a plate umpire and a base umpire in high school, as it's going to be 0-2, the count on Davis. Kelly played a little bit in at the quarter there. And that ball's going to miss outside. Goldshore couldn't squeeze it, though. So it'll be 1-2.
I mean, I think we just need to see, a strikeout here will really boost his confidence. Obviously had, a great 1 and 2 first 2 innings, but has given up a perfect game and a no hitter, but definitely, trying to get through at least 3 innings, but his goal should be the whole game.
And the 2-2. That's going to be fouled somewhat near us. That heads into the parking lot.
I think that was close. That was close to nabbing a car.
Yeah.
We're going to have to check in on the car over there after the game's done to see the damage it's done.
I'm just waiting to see if someone's windshield to get completely cracked.
I think we'll see that one day. I don't know about today, but we'll see that.
And that's strike 3. So Davis down on strikes to end top of the 4th inning. We're already halfway through. We're not even an hour through this game, but we're halfway there. Rutgers lead 1-0. Another pitcher's duel here this afternoon.
I mean, playing into the Rutgers what they want, and not ideal for the Mustangs, but, there is hope. There is still a lot of game to be played.
Yeah, rainy Tuesday pitcher's duel here. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Passeri still on the mound for the Mustangs. It'll be Vinny Vega leading off for the Wreckers. Yep. Vega's the DH today, but you also know Oppenheimer's batting, so that means Kukier is the shortstop. He will not bat, and that'll let, when Oppenheimer's done, he'll probably head to short after.
And we'll see who the Wreckers want to turn to for the from the relief role, but It looks like they have they definitely have some guys that can definitely come in and shut this game away if it were to turn to that. But Oppies and the team's goal is to master as many players as possible.
Yeah, well, right now their feeling is let's try to get as many outs as we can from Oppie. But
Exactly.
right now the Wreckers will be batting. Vinny Vega leading off against Passeri.
Someone warming, maybe stretch and toss in the bullpen
Yeah,
for the Wreckers.
can't see who that is. And that hit Vega. Must have just gotten him because I didn't see. For me, it looked inside, but that was the call. So he's going to head to first. Maybe he leaned into it a little bit there. I don't know. But anyway, that'll bring up Connor Brill. 1 on. Wreckers will take it. They'll get a base runner. And pitch to Brill will be a strike, 0-1. 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now it's starting to get a little cold here, too. And that is going to be high fly ball to right center field. Davis is under it. He'll make the play for the first out. Vega will head back to first.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that was like the first hit ball today from both teams that basically almost, left the outfield. You know what I'm saying, right?
What do you mean left the
Not
outfield?
left the
That
outfield,
wasn't near
almost
the
left
wall.
I mean, it wasn't near the wall, but I mean, that was the furthest the ball has traveled for both teams today.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'll bring up Mark Kelly, the third baseman. He hits that to short. Stransky to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. So it's a fielder's choice. Vega's retired. Kelly at first now with 2 outs.
He was early on the swings, and that's what really gets you for the batters, and for Staples. That's how you grind into a lot of double plays.
So that'll bring up Jack Jacob, right fielder. He'll take a strike, 0-1. Jacob also basketball player. Him and Mason Tobias and Ben Kukier all have both roles. And that's going to be fouled into the parking lot and went right in between 2 cars there, it looked like.
That's why if you're going to watch a baseball game, you better park in the other
Far
field
away.
hockey lots.
Me 0-2. And that's low in the dirt. Blocked there. It'll be 1-2.
Rain's starting to pour down a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, this rain that's starting here today is going to keep going for the next few days. Seems like it's going to rain all day tomorrow. Wreckers have a game scheduled tomorrow. So 1-2. That's swung on and missed. Jacob down on strikes for the second time today. Wreckers have no runs, no hits, but they leave 1. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Still a 1-0 lead for Staples in this really quick game. But anyway, yeah, the rain coming tomorrow too. Wreckers are in a crazy stretch right now of games. This is their 6th game. They're playing 6 games in 8 days and 4 straight days. This is the second of those 4.
Yeah.
3 of those 6. So rain could really get in the way here. Supposed to host Danbury here tomorrow.
And, I mean, I guess you can call this stretch really a test on whether or not they're going to succeed in the playoffs, right? I mean, a lot of good teams, but also we're going to see really the resilience from this team. We're going to see, whether or not they have the energy to play all these games. But we saw last time they played, 4 in a week. It was that week when they played, like, Notre Dame West Haven. They lost, I think, 12-0 against Notre Dame West Haven.
12 or 13-0.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. One of them. But, really, it was just a fatigue thing and just not having the, everyone being tired and not being able to, pitch and hit. But luckily it was only an out-of-conference games. So we'll see.
This is another out-of-conference game.
But I think this one matters a little bit more just because Warde is an FCAC team and
You might be seeing them again.
Exactly.
A couple more times even. Could see them in FCX and States.
Best team in the league is Amity, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who the Wreckers saw.
Rutgers lost to them in that state championship game last year after beating Warde in the semifinal.
So, I mean, obviously not the result for the Wreckers last year, but, definitely this year they're trying their best, win FCX, win a state championship.
So we're underway here in the top of the fifth. It's going to be Michael Marciano, who's the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs. Fouls that 0-1. Thank you for joining us here on the O'Shea Productions YouTube live stream, or maybe WOPT 90.3 FM. Matthew Statshire joined alongside Varun Kumar. Records lead 1-0. Pitch. There's a strike 0-2. It's a big day here on WPT as well, I want to say. That coming up, we'll have lacrosse is going to host Danbury, and then after that, we have the first lacrosse edition of the cleanup crew for the year. Hope it's going to be low, 1-2.
And what time's the game for the lacrosse?
6:30 start.
6:30 start.
Originally thought these games could overlap here. We're thinking, what do we do? That doesn't look like it's going to be a problem now. 6:30 lacrosse start, and then after that, you can clean up crew on either radio, TV, or the online stream, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Marciano down swinging there, and what a performance this has been from Andrew Oppenheimer. 4 1/3 shutout innings.
I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I'll say it again.
No, keep saying it.
He's an ace. He's a superstar on this team, two-way superstar. He can do everything, and him being in control, pitching strikes and just, not really getting any base runners, not loading up anyone on the bases. I mean, that's strength, right? We already know that, but...
Copella takes a strike. 1-1 on Copella, the right fielder.
Yeah, close one there, but, I mean, this is something we're used to at the end of the day, and I think, in terms of that connection, I think it's really showing here, and we've seen that all season.
Yeah, Oppie really could be, he could be an ace. Kai Nee, obviously, probably the current ace of this staff.
You can have 2 aces, you can have 3 aces, you can have 5 aces, right? It doesn't matter. Everyone's an ace.
That's going to be a high fly ball, shallow right. Cicero's going to call off Jacob. He'll make the play for the second out. So that'll retire Copella. We'll bring up Vincent, the third baseman. Vincent, a right-handed hitter. Vincent grounded to short back in the third. Takes a strike, 0-1.
It looks like Noah Say will be pitching tomorrow.
That's fouled back. I don't know why I got scared for a second there. It looked like that was coming my way. It went well past us. Should have some. I'm just thinking out loud here. It's an 0-2 here to Vincent. That misses 1-2. I mean, there should be maybe some more netting around here, because when you think about it, it could be you could have foul balls flying here. It could hit people. Just saying, that's not a situation anyone wants. It's the 1-2. That's inside 2-2.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but whoever designed the stadium might need to get fired the way it's set up right now. But luckily, it's getting redone next year. But still, a little surprised the way.
I don't know for sure, but I think they will add some. They should add some netting. It's a 2-2. That's upstairs, 3-2. So Vincent's worked the count from 0-2 to 3-2 now here with 2 outs. 3 straight balls from Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a little bit of fatigue, but I think he's gonna get him right here.
And the payoff, that's gonna be hit out to second. Cicero makes the play, and that will end the inning. We're through 5.5 here. It's 1-0 Wreckers as they go. Warde goes down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 5th. in this pitcher's duel.
We'll see if Pissari is gonna.
Yeah, Pissari's still out there.
No, but Pissari's been great, really. That one.
That first inning.
That was just
that
one
first
inning.
inning.
Yeah, exactly. Just had one, not great inning, but after that pep talk with, the team and his coach, he looks like a different animal out there. And
Yeah.
honestly, for the Wreckers, you're up 1-0, but that lead can be diminished in one swing, right? And so we need to see maybe some insurance runs from the Wreckers here.
Yeah, definitely. Wreckers, 1-run lead can be very, very dangerous. We saw it yesterday, but it's the other way around. Trumbull had a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
Going into that 7th inning, Wreckers were able to tie it in the 7th, and Trumbull won it in the 8th yesterday.
Yeah, I was a little surprised with, the decision-making of Coach McFarland there, having, what's his...
Ben Kukier pitched that. Is that...
No, it was, I'm not sure, but it was just late in the inning, some questionable, choices on who should be batting or not.
Oh.
And so, definitely have a good lineup and, usual lineup here today, but we'll see if this goes into extra innings and maybe we see some changes in terms of pinch running.
Yeah. So it'll be the top of the order for the Wreckers here in the bottom of the 5th, so a great opportunity to get some insurance. Cicero lead off. He'll rip that out to left center field. That is going to drop for a base hit. It's going to head all the way to the wall. Cicero's heading for second. He'll make it easily. It's a leadoff double for Cicero.
That was great hitting from Cicero right there. Really drove that one into the gap between the left fielder and center field. Really got to the wall. I thought he was going to get a triple there, but great play by the Mustangs, to get that ball into the infield quickly.
Quick mound visit there. Krofsky wanted to talk to Pissari. So Cicero gets into scoring position. First hit of the day. Hopefully will be Brundage now. Chance, an RBI chance. Oh, their first baseman for Warde, that's going to be hit back to the mound. Pissari will throw to first. It's the second baseman covering there.
I'm not
McCarthy.
sure.
So we'll explain what was happening there. Brundage, a left-handed hitter, they were expecting the bunt with runner on second, nobody out. So the first baseman there, Galvin rather, was playing pretty much even with the mound. So Brundage was swinging away. He grounded it back to the pitcher as Oppenheimer now in there swings and misses. He grounded it back to the pitcher, so the second baseman there was forced to cover.
I was just a little surprised by, that approach, only because, Brundage is in the 2 spot for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make him bunt, like a sacrifice bunt type thing. But, always got to, keep your options open. But a little bit surprised there.
1-on-1 on Oppenheimer, and there's a check swing.
He went.
Appeal, we'll say he went. It's 1-1.
1-2.
Right, 1-2, my bad. Cicero leads off second with 1 out. Piscari deals to Oppenheimer. Pitch. And that just missed. Just missed low. I think Oppenheimer would want to protect the plate there with 2 strikes, but it'll go to 2-2.
Not only that, I think, the catcher really held that, what's his name? Krosky really held that right there.
Runner goes to third. Oppenheimer fouls it, though. Might hit a car. Oh, almost hit the Tesla.
I think it did hit the Tesla.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Big range. It could have been worse.
Hit the Tesla tires right there, but almost could have been worse.
So Cicero's going for third there. We'll see if he does it again here on 2-2. He does not. The pitch is going to be Oppenheimer protecting. He's able to foul it down the first base line.
Really cautious approach there, Doesn't want to strike out, but, he has to tighten up a little bit on that swing super early right there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cicero's at second. Pitch. That's upstairs, 3-2.
Almost like a pitch out right there.
Yeah. Oppenheimer really working the count here. It's making Piscari throw a lot of pitches in this at-bat.
I think we're going to see Cicero, or Jules, I'm sorry, try and...
And that misses a great at-bat from Andrew Oppenheimer. He's doing it on the mound. He just did it at the plate there. Works a huge walk.
And a big
Put
at-bat.
2 runners on here with 1 out.
Yeah, it's a big at-bat, but also a big
a
at-bat.
lot of pitches.
Big at-bat for Goldshore, too. Right now, I mean, in the cleanup spot for a reason, but we'll see whether he can drive in a run right here.
Oppenheimer's gone on base 3 times today. In addition to his pitching, runners go. Throw to third is going to be not in time. It's a double steal. Cicero and Oppenheimer both able to advance well ahead of the throw. That's just Cicero's speed taking over. So now the Records have 2 runners in scoring position here.
I mean, Oppenheimer with a really late start, right? I mean, I'm surprised that they decided to throw it to third rather than second, because if they threw to second, he would have been out easily.
Yeah, he did get the late start, but as that pitch, infield in now for Warde. Ground to short, no play at home. Cicero's going to score. Goldshore will be retired. It's 2-0 Staples.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great diving stop by Stransky, the leadoff hitter. I mean, that could have scored 2 at least, but luckily...
Yeah. I mean, he made a nice dive with the infield in, thinking of throwing it home, but realized there was no play. Threw to first to retire Goldshore. So it's 2-0. The scoreboard is wrong. It says it's 3-0. That is not correct. That'll bring up Cole Landgraf.
They're foreshadowing, staff.
Foreshadowing. Yes, Records still have a runner at third here with 2 outs. Pitch to 1-0 pitch to Landgraf. That's going to be foul back. 1-1. Yeah, you mentioned Oppenheimer got the late start. I think they figured a throw to third was the easier throw, but
I know.
Yeah, did get a late.
I mean, I was just a little bit surprised because Oppenheimer didn't know if he was going to steal or not.
I don't know if he knew that there was the double steal was on, and that misses again. 2-1. Now the scoreboard says it's 5-0, which again it should be 2-0. Maybe some more foreshadowing going on.
Well, they'll figure it out, but let's see whether
that misses to Landgraf. 3-1.
I think if Landgraf gets on base, we might see a pitching change for Warde, or we might see definitely a mound visit, to maybe calm him down.
In the 3-1, and that's going to be popped up in foul territory. I'm going to give it a look, but it's going to be well out of play. In that little space between Staples Stadium and Staples Field, or Paul Lane Field and Staples Field, whatever you want to call it. So another payoff here to Landgraf. They've now fixed the scoreboard, and Landgraf swings and misses. He goes down swinging to end the inning. So the Records leave Oppenheimer at third, but are able to get 1 run in off just 1 hit. A lot of base running, a lot of speed there, double steal, some walks. But we'll head to the top. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning, the 2-0 lead for the Wreckers. We'll see if Oppenheimer is out for a 6th inning of work. Should be.
Should be. I would be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, he's been dominant. No reason to take him out.
Exactly.
I mean, he's done it. He's also gotten on base 3 times today. That's what I mean. He's a two-way player.
I mean, that's like superstar level type stuff, right?
I mean, it's Shohei stuff.
Shohei stuff, exactly.
Now, Oppenheimer will take the mound here to start this 6th inning. 2-0 lead. Someone's doing some work out in that Wrecker bullpen.
It looks like someone's stretching and tossing for the Warde bullpen too.
Yep. Interesting how at the high school level, the bullpens are right next to each other. Instead of, when you're in the major leagues, you're not sharing. These two teams kind of sharing a bullpen. Could be a little awkward.
Yeah, but, you just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So we'll get started here in this 6th inning of play. It's going to be Mickey Galvin, the 9-hitter, leading off for the Mustangs. Rutgers will take the field. We'll get underway. Galvin, the first baseman.
Definitely the crowd's starting to get into it. Or not the crowd, but the players really getting into it, yeah.
And that first pitch is going to be hit out to short. Kukier tries to backhand it, but can't make the play. Goes into left field. It's a leadoff single here for Galvin.
First pitch swing.
First pitch swing, and Kukier had made an attempt on the backhand. Couldn't make the play.
I mean, that's a tough play. Even if he somehow was able to get the ball in his glove, it would have been a hard throw, so. But, at least he attempted to, try to make a play. But, not the best start in the top of the 6th inning, but, a double play would really make that go away.
It's the top of the order now with Meyer Stransky. First to throw over. Galvin's back. Left-handed hitter now. Pitch. That's a bunt, and it's going to go foul.
Almost
popped it up.
Popped it up, yeah.
Kelly maybe could have made that play.
I thought he had a shot at, getting that in foul territory, but didn't end up working out.
The 0-1 from Oppenheimer. Another throw over. He's back. And the pitch, that's swung on and missed. Runner goes, though. Throw is going to be overthrew it. Goldshore overthrew it there.
But no
Didn't
one was
have a play on it anyway, I don't think.
But no one was covering second base anyways.
Yeah. Looked like Cicero was playing behind there. I think Kukier was going to cover. Cicero was the backup. He was there.
Yeah.
So it'll be a stolen base for Galvin. It's 0-2, actually, so it was not down in strike. The scoreboard was wrong again. So Galvin's still alive, Stransky rather still alive. The pitch to Stransky, the 0-2, that's going to be in the dirt. Runner will head off for third. Again, he'll make it without a throw. So now Galvin's gone from first to third on back-to-back pitches.
This is getting tense now for the Wreckers, right? I mean, there's no outs still, right? I mean,
no outs.
Oppie really needs to attack this batter and get, any sort of out because, we're assuming that he probably scores on anything in the dirt, but a pop-up, a fly out, something just not to prevent the runner from advancing.
None of this has really been Oppie's fault. I mean, he gave up that base hit, but just been some base runnings. The 1-2, that's going to be grounded to first. Burrell will take it himself. The run will score. So Galvin scores. It's 2-1. But it's a ground out, and that'll be one out. Wreckers up 1 here in the 6th inning will happily trade it out for a run.
I mean, yes, I guess so. But, now it's only, a 1-run deficit. So
yeah, but they weren't going to bring the infield in there.
Exactly.
Now it's clean here for Oppie. Is no one on with 1 out. It's going to bring up Andrew Blanco, the left fielder. Blanco going to take a ball, 1-0.
We see 2 pitchers, one for Staples, one for Warde, warming up in the bullpen.
1-0. That's going to be swung on. Hit out to second base. Cicero charges, makes the play. Throw is wild. Goes wide left, heads towards the dugout. It's going to be an error there on Cicero as Blanco will reach. So not really a clean inning here for the Wreckers. Wild pitch. Now that.
I mean,
we have a pinch runner here.
Also a little bit surprising because the Wreckers, one of the Wreckers' strengths is their fielding, right? So many great fielders too, and not the cleanest inning like you said, but they can always bounce back. And the double play now can happen, so we'll see.
So pinch runner on for Warde. And that pinch runner is number 6, Kyle Hios. So Oppie's still out there after that mound visit. Calm him down a bit. That's going to bring up Jimmy Dobbs, the DH. And throw over. He's back. And the pitch. That's going to be ripped foul down the left field line.
The rain's starting to come down again a little bit more. Seems like infield is getting a little wet, so we'll see what happens.
0-1. Throw over. He's back. One runners chase put. I made a nice secondary. That was it's 1-1 on the DH Dobbs.
Looks like I think we might see a steal attempt here, but
yeah, Hios is the pinch runner there, getting some big secondary leads. 1-1. That's going to be ripped out to right field. That's a base hit for Dobbs. Hios is going to round the corner at second, but he'll stay right there. So now Warde is 2 runners on here with 1 out. Oppie's working himself into trouble. That's the tying run now in scoring position.
And the winning run on base.
Go ahead run.
Oh,
not
not
the walk-off.
Hopefully not, but
yeah. Here in the top of the 6th, the 2-1 lead for Staples. This rainy pitcher's duel.
I'll be staying in, though.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up Nick Koski, the catcher. 2 on. Big spot here. And that pitch is a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That misses. 1-1. Two on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oppie motion there, but then checking on the runner. Stepped off. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-1 game. Top of the 6th. Krosky at the plate against Oppie. Pitch. That's fouled back. 1-2. Double play would be huge here.
yeah, it really would be. I mean, trying to get a ball, Oppie's trying to pitch, for double play, but maybe like a sinker, something just low, to get that double play. Induce it.
1-2. Oppie again threatened to check on Hios over at second, but he's back. You can hear the coach yelling. Head back. And the 1-2. And that's going to be a high fly ball, shallow right. Brill can't make the play. Tried to call for it. He couldn't make the play. Hios is going to head for third. He had to hold up. Moving to second there is going to be Dobbs. Koski reaches, so it's going to be a bases loaded here with one out. All three of them, Brill, Cicero, and Jacob, were all in the area. Brill, I think, made the call, but couldn't make the play there. It was over his head. And now the bases are loaded here with one out. Goldshore's is going to come talk to Oppie. They'll bring the whole infield in here.
I mean, just super unfortunate for Oppie and just for the team because, I mean, really a weak fly. I mean, just normal fly out, right? But just really couldn't get under it for Brill, and so we'll see what Coach McFarland is talking to the team about. But we might see a pitching change here.
Yeah, Coach McFarland out. Yeah, again, really unfortunate. Oppie thinks he's able to get that second half there.
And I mean,
Brill couldn't make the play. Load
he
the
threw
bases.
a good pitch, right? And looks like Oppie's staying in. Coach McFarland riding with, Oppie, who was cruising really until this inning, but Coach McFarland really trusts Oppie and, force out at any base. So definitely want to see what happens.
So Rutgers bring the infield in. That's the tying run at third base. The go-ahead run's at second. And the pitch shows bunt and try to squeeze it. Oppie gets there. He can't make the play. The run's going to score. A squeeze bunt there from Warde. That's Derek Davis just squeezing it down the line. Oppie tried to make the play, couldn't come up with it. Hios has a lot of speed there at third. He's the pinch runner who had the steal before. He was able to come in and score. This game is tied now at 2, and the bases are still loaded. What a turn of events in this inning.
I think you're starting to see that the rain really making a factor because you saw him slip, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Oppie is an amazing fielder, one of the best on the team, and usually he's able to make those plays, but that slip and really, ruined it for him, and so
this sixth inning has really been a house of horrors for Oppie and his Rutgers right now. It started off quickly with a run scored to make it 2-1, and now getting into a lot of trouble here. 2-2. A lot of it's not. I don't think there's been any hard contact this inning though.
There's one by I'm blanking on his name, but there was one really hard hit ball. But other than that, just really some,
That's another bunt attempted from Mercio. They got in a rundown here. That's number 12 Blanco, who I think he's going to be retired. He made so he showed bunt there, but the sacrifice squeeze there. Blanco there was going early. Goldshore saw it, able to make the throw to retire him. So that's a big out there. There's 2 outs now with 2 on. Big difference from bases loaded, 1 out.
Exactly.
That's huge there. He left early there, wasn't able to get the bunt off. And that's the risky run with the sacrifice squeeze. And there's strike 1-1. If he doesn't, come up with that bunt, you have a runner coming from third.
Exactly.
That could be a disaster.
But, I mean, it seems like Warde isn't really trying to hit the ball, really far, especially in that situation. Just trying to bunt, sacrifice bunt, a squeeze attempt, basically, and just score the run that way. But didn't end up working out for them.
2-1. And runners go to a little early. Oppie's now got him in a rundown. And he's able to get him. That's 2 outs in a rundown. Able to get Krowski there. Oppie saw him taking off early there before he had finished his motion. He's able to get him. Rutgers work into and out of trouble. Couple of rundowns save them. Keep this game tied at 2. Warde does get 2 across, so we're tied now. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Rutgers now need to get some runs.
Exactly, but some poor base running decisions from the Warde team. I mean, ideal opportunity for them to take the lead, and they just blew it right there.
Yeah, Rutgers started off with maybe some bad defense, but then Warde's base running really prevented them from taking a lead. Could have been a big lead. They had the bases loaded with the game tied, not with 1 out, not able to get anything across after that.
Exactly, but also a little bit surprising, how why they were so aggressive on the bases, but worked out in the Wreckers' favor. But we need to see them really attack Passeri and his pitches because this is not ideal for them because we know that the bats is kind of a weakness for this team, and when we get into the late innings, I'm not sure if they're really built, to take the lead in these late innings.
So it's 2-2. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It has gotten really cold.
Yeah, it is gotten.
And rain. The weather's gotten worse. See if that plays a factor.
It is only 5:30, so we'll see.
So So we go now to tie game. It's a whole new ball game. Warde has made it here. They got to Oppie there.
Yeah, really new ball game. But I'm gonna be shocked, to see whether or not I'll be shocked, or I'll be shocked. But I'm gonna be looking for, whether or not, we see Passeri, finish out the 6th inning.
Well, Pascari's out there now to face Vega. The pitch Pascari to Vega, and that's a swing and a miss there from Vega, 0-1. Maybe thinking now I should have maybe worn a jacket.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling still cold in my sweatshirt,
Yeah.
so.
The 0-1. It's outside 1-1. Look around the crowd here. I'm the only one. Actually, well, a couple other people in short sleeve. Players are all in short sleeve. 1-1. It's a strike, 1-2.
I mean, I'm still surprised that they haven't, the umps haven't discussed, whether or not, maybe delay this game. But the rain has been coming down pretty, not intensely, but, just doesn't end. And, that's just a hazard for the base runners.
Yeah, Vegas stays alive there, 1-2. Again, the infield right now doesn't look too bad. No.
It looks bad. Like,
it does look, it's not great for Puddles. Vega rips that out to right center field. That's going to be a nice play there. Under it there for Warde is Capella. He makes the play for the first out. Vega's retired. Put a ride on it, but
I mean, I know he's not happy with that at bat, but I mean, he got basically all of that ball, but just got unlucky that
just hit it right to someone.
Exactly.
You hit that contact every time, you're going to get a lot of hits.
Exactly. We're going to see Brill up.
Yeah, I'll bring up Brill. Brill is going to pop that up in foul territory, and that's Krofsky under it. Makes the play for the second out. Brill not happy there, making bad contact. That's 2 quick outs here from the Mustangs.
Now we're going to see Mark Kelly, with Jacob on deck. It's going to be interesting to see, this, the bottom of the order. We'll see if they can step up because we know that, it's not ideal that it's tied right now, but,
Kelly will take a strike.
It's be interesting to see what happens.
See if Mark Kelly can make something happen here with 2 outs. You don't want to rather not go to the 7th in a tie game than the Wreckers.
Exactly.
They're leading, pretty much in control most of this game. It's 1-1. 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch. Foul back. Kelly stays alive. One, 2. Mark Kelly. Pitch, that's going to be swung on and hit to short. Stransky's going to make the play. Throw is going to draw him off the bag. Kelly's going to reach.
Is that going to be an error?
That should be an error. Galvin, again, the throw from Stransky threw Galvin off the bag. It was a high throw. He had to go up and get it. And Kelly reaches.
Definitely going to be interesting. And is Jacob going to at bat?
See, are
they going to pinch hit?
Something's being discussed there. It looks like, he's going to be pulled from that on-deck circle. Doesn't look too happy about that.
I mean, not his best day. Two Ks, right?
2 Ks, but they're going to pinch hit and see who it's going to be here. Cicero standing in the on-deck circle. He's up after. A little bit of a delay here.
I think
while
it looks
that
like
gets
it's going to be
figured out.
Cale Crombie.
He pinch hit for him the other day.
It
looks like that's going to be Cale Crombie will pinch hit for Jacob.
I mean, big spot for Cale right here.
Yeah, 2 outs, runner on.
Tied 2-2, you know. I mean,
yeah, so here's Crombie.
dugout really trying to get him.
Yeah, try to have him be a spark here. He faces Passeri. The pitch is going to be low and outside, 1-0.
The dugout's really trying to hype up Cale. We'll see. I mean, big spot for him. We know he can hit. We know what he can do.
1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
It is freezing.
It is freezing cold. You think you're bad. Imagine how bad I feel. My short sleeve shirt and shorts.
Definitely.
1-1. Kelly leads off first. Pitch is going to be up and in. Kelly's now going. Throw. Oh, couldn't come up with it. There was the second baseman, so it's a stolen base for Kelly. This is an even bigger spot for Cale Crombie. A hit can give the Wreckers the lead.
I mean, again, another late jump from the Wreckers. I'm surprised that they're able, to advance on that, but it seems like the base running on both sides is a little iffy.
The 2-1 to Crombie. And that's going to be outside, 3-1. If Crombie can work a walk here and get it to the top of the order, that would be huge.
That would be huge. And if it ends up getting to that, and somehow, Jules gives us the lead, we'll see whether Hoppy comes back and pitches in the 7th.
And that's going to be ripped out to center field, but Davis is going to be right there and make the play to end the inning. Crombie put really good contact on it. You could tell he wanted that.
Yeah,
but just couldn't make the play. Same thing with Vinny Vega to start that inning.
I know he's a little disappointed, but
two of those 3 outs were big contact, just hit at someone.
But he got. I mean, like you said again, right? With Vinny Vega, right? You hit that every single time, you're gonna be a successful player. Just got unlucky.
Yeah, very unlucky, just hitting it right to someone. Crombie could have come up with a big hit there. So we'll go to the 7th now, tied at 2. And chance potentially for extra innings, back-to-back days for the Wreckers.
Maybe we'll see if the Mustangs do get the lead. It's gonna be a closing situation. We'll see if they bring out, Passeri, or maybe they go to someone else.
Oppie's still out there, so he's, he worked into some trouble in that 6th inning, but Coach McFarland trusting him to complete, or at least complete the regulation portion of this game.
Looks like the ump is discussing something. The coaches wonder what that is about, whether it's weather-wise or something else.
Yeah. Our equipment's gotten a little wet.
Yes, it
Hopefully
has.
we can dry that off.
With the booth, which is coming in 2026, like you said.
Yeah, 2026.
That'll,
Booth will be nice. People at Lacrosse have a booth. Jealous of them. Call on the call tonight.
Exactly.
But we have a great game here. Again, you can tune in that Lacrosse game following us on WWPT, and then after that, it's the cleanup crew.
First cleanup crew for Lacrosse, right?
Of the season,
Of the season, right?
Done it in past years, though.
Yeah.
So here we go. As we start this top of the 7th inning for Warde. Oppenheimer's still on the mound. He's going to face, it's going to be a ground ball to short. Kukier is going to make the play. Throw in time. Just got him there. And he's retired there for the first out. That's I believe that is Vincent there, who's retired. Sorry, that was Marchio there retired. So now it's going to be Jake Capola.
With who's on deck? So two.
It's going to be Vincent. Vincent's on deck.
So the bottom of the order for both teams.
Yeah. Oppenheimer got a big first out there. Facing Capola. There's a strike. 1-1. That's swung on and going to be hit to second. Cicero will make the play. There's 2 outs. Oppie's worked 2 quick outs here.
Wreckers hopefully get a chance to walk this off.
Yeah. We'll bring up Henry Vincent. Oppie can retire him. That'll give the Wreckers a walk-off opportunity. They'll have the top of the order coming up in that bottom of the 7th. There's a strike, 0-1.
Even better for the Wreckers as they hope to walk this game off.
Oh, 1 to Vincent. Looks like umpire doesn't like some words that are coming from the Wrecker dugout. He has some things to say. Took off his mask and started yelling something at the dugout. I don't know if we're chirping him or chirping Warde. As that pitch is fouled back. Will it hit a car? No, it will not. It'll land in the parking lot.
Just barely missed.
Just barely missed.
Great game today.
It's been a fantastic game. The 0-2 misses 1 and 2. Only thing that maybe could be a little better is
The weather.
actually 2 things: the weather and the service. I'd say, but
well, you know the service. That's out of our reach. The weather also out of the reach. So
2 things you can't control. It's
Exactly.
2 and 2. That ball's outside. Really been a great game though. Oppie's really been dealing.
it's gonna be interesting to see, whether Oppie, if it goes to extras, whether he continues to pitch. We have seen some Wreckers in the bullpen warming up, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The game's tied at 2. Pitch. And it's going to be swung on and missed. Big strikeout there from Oppie. Able to retire Vincent and retire the side. Warde goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. And now can the Wreckers walk it off in the bottom?
Jules, Brundage, Oppenheimer with...
That's who you want up in this
Exactly.
situation, too. No one better you want up. And it's going to be Piscari. He's going to try to send this to extras.
I mean, he has been dealing too. The Aces have been dealing. It's just a question of whether the Wreckers can walk it off and, come up victorious.
So here we go. Now I'm rooting for the Wreckers to walk it off here for a couple of reasons. One, I want to Wreckers win the call. 2, get us out of the cold a little bit.
That will, but
But it's still great to be here, even in the bad weather.
Exactly.
It's a little bit of a sparse crowd today, and you'd think normally we'd see a bigger crowd for this game. Staples against Warde. I think the weather probably
Plays it
drawing
back
people
there.
away. Remember, there was some big crowds here this past week.
I think
That game
we would see more seniors if
A senior assassin, yeah.
yeah, if it was safe.
But well, we're safe. We're doing a
Yeah, we are
school
safe.
event, so no one can get us right now.
But
15 minutes though.
15 minutes. Okay, well, I'm out. But I'm getting out of this school by then.
All right.
Definitely don't want to
I'm just
get
getting
caught.
to the studio. I'm going to sit there until cleanup crew. So,
Well, I mean, you live here basically, right?
what do you mean I live here?
I don't know. It feels like you're always in the studio.
I am always in the studio, but well, I figured then I'd have to come home twice and risk 2 times. Or if I only come home 1 time, so it's gonna, otherwise I'd be going home and coming back.
Oh, well,
And I have work to do. Just get it done in the studio.
okay.
So here we go in this bottom of the 7th. Rutgers with a chance to walk it off. It's Jules Cicero. Pitch from Piscari to Cicero. It's outside 1-0.
After this, we're going to have the lax game against Danbury. They're playing Danbury senior night.
Yep. Can hear Dylan Robin on the call to that following us. 1-0 to Cicero. That misses 2-0. Leadoff walk could be huge.
Piscari was pissed about that call.
Yeah. Gary wanted that. Some of the Warde fans wanted that. 2-0 to Cicero. Cicero swings. He's going to hit that out to short. Stransky charges, makes the play.
He's safe.
He's safe. Cicero beats it out. He uses his speed. It's a leadoff infield single. The winning run is on base.
I mean, really hustled for that. And with Brundage, Oppenheimer, and then Goldshore, really the 4 hitters you really want to see right now in this moment.
Yep, so now it's going to bring up Cooper Brundage, and we're going to have a mound visit here from the Warde coach. We'll see if a change is in the making here. Pransky is done after that.
We'll see, but I think he's going to continue to play, honestly. But we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Yeah, looks like he's not coming out. Looks like just going to have a little bit of a talking to here.
We'll see. I think Jules will try to maybe steal here, and we'll see whether he tries to do that or not. But I'm predicting that he will try and do that.
So here's Brundage. Cicero at first. It's a 2-2 game. Definitely look out for the steal from Cicero. He's done it a couple times today already.
The dugouts really getting in.
Oh, they're in for it, but Brundage shows bunt. The first baseman, the third baseman ended up almost literally 3/4 of the way to home plate with Brundage showing bunt. But he takes a ball, 1-0. See if he does it again. Third baseman still all the way in on the grass. He's just going to show bunt again and then pulls back. That's going to be a strike, 1-1.
Interesting approach right here. I mean, if I were Brundage, bunting in a situation, I get it, but
Vincent at third base is all the way in on the grass. He shows bunt again. That time he makes contact, but it's foul. It's going to be 1-2. Now I doubt we'll see the bunt with 2 strikes.
I doubt it. But see, that's the thing with bunting. It puts you in this hole, right? You know, now you're in a pitcher's count, right? Not ideal.
For the 1-2 to Brundage. Cicero leads off first. Nobody out. 2-2 game. Rutgers with a chance to win it. Pitch. It's going to be a high pop-up. Third base side. Vincent's under it. He will make the play for that first out in foul ground. Cicero heads back to first. That's going to bring up Andrew Oppenheimer. He's been the hero on the mound. He's had a couple hits at the plate. Can he be the hero now?
Well, I mean, clutch moment right here.
The pitch to Oppenheimer. Cicero's going. Pitch misses. The throw. Cicero's in there by a mile. Beat the throw. It was well late. So now the winning run is in scoring position.
Yo, this is getting crazy right now. I mean,
and now they're going to intentionally walk Oppenheimer here with first base open.
Smart play.
Smart play. Yeah, smart play. That'll shut up the double play. Again, Oppenheimer means nothing here as the run.
Exactly.
Once Cicero scores, the game will be over, if he does.
But, I mean, now the double play is a problem for the Wreckers. So, you know, if you're Goldshore, you need to just try and lift the ball right now.
Yeah, so this is a big at-bat here to Goldshore. 2 on with 1 out. Noah Sade is up in that Wrecker bullpen if we have an 8th inning.
And who else is in that bullpen? Oh.
Pitch to Goldshore. That's going to be looped out to shallow center. Under it is the second baseman, Marico. He makes the play for the second out. So now it's going to be up to Cole Landgraf to potentially win this game. been a wild game.
Wild
It's been
game.
a pitcher's duel. Rutgers got on the board early in that first inning, and we saw Oppenheimer and Passeri really battle. Then Warde had a big top of the 6th inning, able to put 2 runs on the board. Could have been more as the pitch to Landgraf just misses 1-0. Really could have been more in that 6th inning, but had some base running troubles that resulted in outs. Rutgers added a run as well in the bottom of the 5th, and then that's where we are now. 2-2, top of the 7th, 2 runners on with 2 out. Cicero's doing some dancing at second base. Passeri keeping an eye on him.
I mean, you're running at anything right here for 2 outs, but this is a really big moment for Landgraf.
1-0, 2-0.
The sophomore.
Yeah, Landgraf, the sophomore, with a chance to load the bases.
And that would bring up Vinny Vega.
Vinny Vega would have a chance with the bases loaded. 2-0. 3-0. It's upstairs. Do you think there's any way Landgraf has the green light right now?
There's no way. I don't believe so. I mean, bases loaded.
Pitch.
Yes.
Well, drops a strike in there. 3-1.
I mean, to be fair, putting Landgraf on base doesn't really do anything again, right?
Yeah.
He's not the...
It's true. But still does move Cicero to third. And that's ball 4. That just missed. So that's going to load them up for Vinny Vega. Cicero standing 90 feet away. There's 2 outs. So any base hit from Vega will win the game. It's a huge spot. This is the spot you dream of. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
And you
bottom
can't walk
of
him.
the 7th in this case.
You can't walk him. There's nowhere to put him.
No place to put him. A walk would win the game for the Rutgers.
So, the Mustangs rolling with Passeri, which is interesting, especially in this spot.
By the way, it seems like the rain has stopped at just the right time as Vega takes a strike 0-1.
You shouldn't say that because you never know with weather.
Could come back. Cicero at third. Oppenheimer at second. Landgraf at first. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Vega had a big swing right there to try to end it. It's 0-2.
Oh, that was the pitch to hit too. We'll see if he can, tighten up on the swing.
0-2. Pitch. Up and in. 1-2. Vega has another chance here.
He almost checked the swing. I think he checked it, but didn't go, obviously.
Yeah. They say he didn't go. 1-2. 2 outs. Passeri deals. That's going to be hit out to right center field. Under it is going to be Coppola who makes the play to end the inning in the bottom of the 7th. Rutgers leave them loaded. Had a chance there. Vega put a good swing on it. Sent it to right field. Coppola was right there, though, under it to end the inning. So we have some free baseball. Extra innings here today. I guess the whole game is free, but extra baseball.
And so what's the deal with extra innings?
So there's no ghost runner.
Okay.
Other than that, really just standard rules. We'll play. Obviously, if Warde scores here, Rutgers have a chance to match in the bottom of the 8th.
There's no Manfreds.
No Manfred man, ghost runner, invisible man, whatever you want to call it. I think it's the stupidest rule in baseball.
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on it because I get it. But hold on. Noah Sada.
Yeah, Noah Sade's going to take over on the mound. So Oppie's done for the day, which maybe can be expected. 7 innings of work.
I get it, right? But I was not predicting this.
He did pitch really well in that 7th inning. But
he did.
Again, that's a lot of work. So Sade's going to take over on the mound.
I'm just a little surprised because I thought Sade was going to be pitching tomorrow against Danbury. But
I think this is I think you'd much rather use him in this spot than tomorrow. Danbury, not as good a team as this Warde team, not as big a game. I think Rutgers would rather use Sade here.
I agree, but I don't think this stops them from using Sade because, this might only be 1 inning. This could be 2 innings, right? So it's not going to be too much work for Sade, but it'll be interesting to see what Coach McFarland does for the lineup tomorrow.
Yeah. Depends how long we're here. But so due up for Warde, it's going to be 9, 1, and 2. Going to be Galvin, then back to the top of the order with Stransky and then Blanco here in the top of the 8th. Again, this is the second day in a row Rutgers are playing extra innings. Did it yesterday against Trumbull. They lost in that one. That was 1-1. Rutgers ended up falling 2-1. So Rutgers will try to not lose in extra innings 2 days in a row.
New pitcher, new attitude, new everything, right? So we'll see how Noah does on the mound. But, you know, he is the third ace of this team, right? So definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. And, you know, the crowd will get a little rowdy now, but.
So here we go. Sade pitching to Galvin. Galvin shows bunt. That's why Kelly's in at the corner there at third base. He pulls back 1-0.
The Warde team loves to bunt, right? Even with no one on base, they think it's the only way to get hits against this team.
Galvin's the 9 hitter, so maybe trying to find something there. 1-0. It's 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. To Galvin. There's a strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're tied at 2. It's the top of the 8th inning. Thank you for tuning in on the O'Shea Productions YouTube live stream or WWPT 90.3 FM. Matthew Stasher joined alongside Varun Kumar. It's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be ripped out to left center field. Landgraf is under it. He'll make the play for the first out.
I mean, really, again, like, just a good hit, but just couldn't. Just right to Landgraf, right? So, big break for the Wreckers.
Back to the top of the order. It's Miles Stransky for the Mustangs. Stransky takes his time getting in that batter's box. Pitch fade to Stransky is going to be upstairs, 1-0. Yeah, Noah Sade probably didn't think he was going to be pitching today. As you mentioned, probably save him for tomorrow. So 1-0. That's a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, 1-1. But here he is in extra innings of a big game against the Warde Mustangs.
I mean, like I said, I feel like he could pitch tomorrow. Like, you know, if this was only to be 1 inning, right, I feel like that wouldn't deter him from his usual start. But this is high school baseball.
1-1, misses 2-1.
Also playoff baseball, right? You know, you see like starting pitchers always come out of relief in the playoffs. So
yeah. Not to the playoffs yet, but
you know,
we're almost there. That pitch is going to be grounded to first.
A little foreshadow.
Grill is going to flip it to Sade in time to get the out. There's 2 away. Sade lost his hat there, but get it back. So that's going to bring up Andrew Blanco, the left fielder.
In the 2-hole.
2 left-handed hitters at the top of this lineup. Rutgers shift their infield a bit. Kukier, the shortstop, plays a lot closer to second base, that left-hand hitter. Big gap between second and third. Pitch. Low and inside, 1-0.
Great job from Goldshore to get that one. But doesn't affect anything, but still.
1-0. Swing away, but he fouls that back. Left side near the lacrosse, where they're moving the lacrosse goal. 1-1. That's going to be hit out to short. Kukier is going to make the play. Throw goes over the head of Brill. Heads towards the fence there. So Blanco's going to reach, and could be a costly error there from Kukier.
I mean, it feels like both teams' fielding has kind of deteriorated as the game's gone on, but just kind of something you don't want to see from the Wreckers.
Yeah, I mean, Kukier should be a play you expect. Should be a pretty routine ground ball there.
Exactly.
So that's going to bring up Dobbs, the DH. Say to throw over. No cover there from Brill.
You know, you're saying that we might not, the lacrosse game's at 6:30 and how we would finish before then.
Ball misses 1-0.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we have
like 30
another
minutes.
half hour or so. Throw over. Not in time. One-0. Calls time there. Does Dobbs. That's going to be a high pop-up, left field. Brundage and Kukier are going for it. Drops, but is it fair? Foul. Looks like it's going to be a foul ball. That's a huge break there from the Wreckers.
Just landed foul.
If that landed an inch to the right, Warde would have the lead right now.
You think that?
Well, might at least be a third.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can't really test the runners in that scenario.
No, there's 2 outs, so he was going on contact.
Yeah, I know.
So. One. It's a 2-2 game in the top of the 8th. 2 outs. Another throw over. But Blanco's back well in time. 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. Big pitch. Sade can get out of this right here.
You're definitely going to see the runner be in motion for this one.
And the 1-2. Runner's going. Pitch misses the throw over. Not in time. Blanco's in there with the stolen base. Throw just a little late from Goldshore.
It looks like McFarland is furious at that call.
Yeah, McFarland does not like... It was close, for sure.
I thought that was strike 3.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, as an unbiased person, but...
I mean, he was a little upstairs, but that's what they're going to say. The play at second base also pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he didn't get the tag off in time, but yeah, I would be furious at that call too.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and now Goldshore is going to come talk to Sade for this huge pitch.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but anything that sneaks past the infield will probably score the run.
Now McFarland's going to come talk to Sade. We'll see what... Doesn't look like he's making a change. Just
yeah, I don't think he's going to make a change,
down.
but just maybe some strategy on, what to throw him for this crucial pitch and at bat.
So McFarland's still talking to him. So here we go. Blanco's at second. It's Dobbs at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He's going to step out. It's a 2-2 game. 8th inning. Big game. 2 heavyweights in the FCAC. Though this is a non-FCAC matchup. Pitch. Low and in outside. 3-2. So now we have a 3-2, 2 outs. And this situation even bigger. And now interesting. They're not even going to throw the pitch there. They're going to send Dobbs to first. That's interesting. Now, that run does matter because they could take a 2-run lead.
It does technically matter, but does it matter? I don't think it really matters in a long run.
But you had 2 strikes, too. 1 strike, you're
I know.
you're out of the inning. Now you're facing the catcher here, Krosky. Pitch to him is going to be low and outside. 1-0. I think that's one thing if you did it at the start of the at-bat, but to do it at a 3-2 count.
I guess he doesn't want to hang something down the middle, that would potentially score the run. But again, yeah, really interesting move. But
yeah, 2-0 the count.
If he loads the bases for who's on deck?
On deck will be Davis, the center fielder.
Okay. So we're in the middle of the order right now.
2-0. That's going to be a foul ball. That is going to just be short of the cars. 2-1. That was a big there from Sade, not going down 3-0.
I mean, he really needs to attack this pitcher. This batter.
2-1. That's going to be on the ground to second. Cicero, Fields, fires, makes the play in time. The Wreckers get out of that top of the 8th inning. 2 runners on. Sade works into and out of trouble. Now the Wreckers will have another chance to walk it off.
Really, really, really interesting.
Now the other interesting thing here is, does Piscari come out for the bottom of the 8th? We saw Oppenheimer didn't.
I don't think he is.
Looks like he is not. We're gonna have a new. Yeah, looks like we will have a new pitcher here. We'll get you who that is.
It's gonna be Dylan McDonald.
Dylan McDonald is that new pitcher there for the Mustangs. Right-handed thrower. He's going to face, I believe, the bottom. Yeah, it's going to be the bottom of the Wreckers order he's going to face with Brill, Kelly, and then Jack Jacob.
No. Jack Jacob got pinch hits. It's going to be Crombie.
No, Jacob. There's a rule in high school where if you can get pinch hit and still stay in the game. So he's playing in right field. You can use that pinch hitter once per game.
Oh.
So he is
so
still
if
in the
next
game.
time,
He's been playing in right field.
So if the next time, for example, someone else gets pinch hit, the person that
next time there's a pinch hitter, that person will then have to be out of the game.
To not know that.
Yeah. It's a special rule. It's kind of a weird rule, the high school level.
Yeah, it is a weird rule. Took 2 more pitches for McDonald.
So that's the throw over. So now we're ready to start here in this bottom of the 8th inning with a chance to win the game here for the Wreckers, beginning with Brill. So Connor Brill facing McDonald. Chance to walk it off. Pitch to Brill. Slow, 1-0. 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
Oh.
That pitch is going to be hit out to short. Stransky back, he tries to make the play. The stretch there from the first baseman, Galvin, makes it in time. 1 down, Brill's retired.
Looks like Jacob back to at bat.
That's going to bring up Mark Kelly here.
Jacob on deck.
Mark Kelly trying to make something happen here. There's a strike. 0-1. That hit him. Kelly's going to get on here. Oh, now they're going to say it hit the bat. McFarland is furious. I originally thought it hit him. Umpire says it hits the bat, which would be a foul ball, but McFarland does not like that. He is furious, giving the umpire his money's worth. Is that a middle finger there?
I don't know, but honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't been thrown out yet.
He's been giving, the whole Rutgers dugout's really been giving the umpire.
If this was like Aaron Boone or something, you know he would be gone already.
Yeah, if this was the major. If he was Aaron Boone, forget it. So it's 0-2 on Kelly. Pitch. That's going to be lifted into right field. And under it is going to be, that's Capola making the play for the second out. So that changed. Rutgers thought they might have had a hit batsman that would have had one on with one out. Instead now 2 outs, and Jack Jacob, who has pinch hit for before, see if he can make something happen. No one on with 2 outs.
McDonald looks like he's dealing, though. Looks like he's in a groove right now.
1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. 1-1. Just missed. 2-1. Jacob can get on here, get back to the top of the order. That could be huge.
That would be huge.
Pitch. Just missed again. Two-2 game. It's 8th inning. McDonald deals to Jacob. Swings and fouls it back.
I think that hit him. I thought that hit him. But
well, it definitely
he
hit
swung.
the bat. Yeah, he swung anyway. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch. Up. Oh, that was 3 balls. The scoreboard was wrong again, so that was upstairs for a walk. So Jacob works the walk, and that brings the top of the order. That's a huge walk there from Jack Jacob.
That is a huge walk.
And we'll see at the top of the order now can make something happen and win this game here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
It's all up to Jules right now. We'll see.
McDonald to Cicero. The pitch. Fouled back. Oh, 1. That's ripped into center field. That's going to be a base hit for Cicero. Jacob's going to hold it second. The Rutgers now with 2 on and 2 out. And now it's up to Cooper Brundage. Just pass the baton here.
I mean, good eye, good at bat. That's just good hitting right there. I mean,
yeah, able to get that into center field. Cicero's had himself quite a day.
Let's see what Brundage can do in this. It's considered a clutch moment right now to win this game.
Yeah.
What's next, JV?
So it's Jacob at second, Cicero at first. The winning run in scoring position. That's Jack Jacob. A base hit to the outfield could win this. First pitch just misses outside. 1-0.
Not happy with that call.
1-0. That's hit back to McDonald. Follows Brundage to first. Gets him to end the inning. Brundage not happy there. Rutgers 2 opportunities to walk it off with runners in scoring position. But they're not able to get it done.
We're going to the top of the 9th.
We're going to the 9th. This game's still not decided. The Warde JV team must have just finished their game. They're down here now. Sayed was going to head back to the mound here for this 9th inning.
as he should. I mean, pretty good inning from him last time, but still, I mean, we're going to see this game come to an end.
Yeah. Just so you know, lacrosse game will face off in about 15 minutes. When that lacrosse game starts, we will be exclusively on O'Shea Productions YouTube live stream. So I just want to let you know. Senior night against Danbury for lacrosse. A lot of people are here probably on their way to that game. It's a youth night, the lacrosse game. So just like how we were here for Little League Day a couple weeks ago, their lacrosse is doing that tonight.
I mean, that's going to be a big crowd.
Yeah.
We already know about that. I mean, I just want this Rutgers team to win, but...
Yeah.
I mean,
this has been, again, quite a game. So we're now in this 9th inning.
I mean, we're approaching almost 2 hours and 30 minutes of baseball right now.
I mean, yeah, and this was a quick game early on.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, we were moving fast. So the throw over complete. We'll get ready to start this 9th inning. Rutgers have played a lot of baseball. This is going to be their 17th inning in between yesterday and today. Played 8 innings yesterday, now 9 innings today. Have another game tomorrow, weather permitting.
It looks
Another
like
game Thursday, weather permitting.
It's going to be interesting to see whether or not, you know, what's going to happen in terms of, like, who might get pinch hit, just stuff like that, because they do have a game tomorrow, so you can't just use everyone today, right?
Yeah. Pitch is going to show bunt. Sade is going to field it, throw to first, fire in time. He's retired there.
That was a 9-hitter, right?
I believe
that was an 8-hitter?
Yeah, I believe that's the 8-hitter. Vincent there, retired on the bunt.
I mean, Sade with a great play.
Yeah, really a great play there on the bunt. Sade able to field it. 1 out. That pitch is low, 1-0. It's going to be Michael Martineau at the plate. 1-0. It's a strike, 1-1. Weather's gotten much better. No more rain, no more cold.
I don't know about cold, but, you know.
I'm not cold anymore as I was before. It's inside 2-1. 2-1. It's upstairs 3-1. Up and in there. And the 3-1. That's inside, ball 4. So it's a walk there from Martineau. That's going to bring up Coppola there. So now go ahead run there for Warde is on.
We're going to see.
It's going to be Coppola now.
Yeah, we're going to see Coppola. Coppola was just talking to, looks like the head coach for Warde. We're just wondering what he's probably talking about, but, you know, obviously you don't want to ground into the inning-ending double play, but, you know.
He's going to show bunt, pull back, strap throw to first from Goldshore, goes into right field. Marshall will get up and head to second. That throw is going to get past Kukier. That ball's in left field. He's going to head for third. What a disaster for the Wreckers. Marcio is now standing at third base because of 2 throws that go into the outfield. First Goldshore with the snap throw, then the throw from right field to second base. Marcio is now standing at third base. How costly is that? That's the go-ahead run 90 feet away. You can score in an out now. Wreckers have to bring the infield in now.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that is pretty costly, but, you know, it's just unfortunate because, you know, the Wreckers fielding is one of their strengths. And
not today, though.
There's
been several errors.
I mean, if I'm Coach McFarland, I'm intentionally walking this player to bring the
set up the double play. Then you could bring the infield back.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
But because I think they're going to be bunting right now, right? And so any
Brill,
good bunt.
Brill is standing about a third of the way on the grass. He's not going to bunt there. It's Coppola at the plate. It's 2-0.
Any good bunt will score the runner if it's placed perfectly. But
Sage does not need to put anything in the strike zone here. So it's upstairs 3-0.
yeah, they're going to probably walk him, set up the double play, but still not ideal.
Far from it. It's the 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1.
He's still pitching to him, so.
Yeah. 3-1 to Coppola. Marchino leads off third. That's the go-ahead run. 2-2 are in the top of the ninth. Pitch. That's a line drive, a base hit. Marchino will score. It's an RBI single for Coppola. And Warde is going to take the lead 3-2 in the top of the ninth.
It's not a walk-off, right? So there's still a chance for the Wreckers, but, not great right now. Not great.
No, that fielding just cost them. You're talking about guy on first, 2 overthrows, get him to third base, and then hit, scores the run. So now you still not home free. Far from it, with 1 out, runner on, throw over to check on Coppola. And it's not Sade's fault. It's his defense's fault.
Exactly. But, that was a really hard hit ball by...
another throw over.
That was Coppola, right?
Yeah.
Coppola with the RBI single, but that was hit really hard.
Now they're going to Sade will deal to Vincent. Shows bunt, pulls back.
That hit him?
I think it hit the bat. That's what they'll say. It's a foul ball. Looked like it could have been either one. The ruling is going to be it hit the bat. Now the Warde coach, I think, thinks it should have hit him. Now the umpires are going to confer. So this is interesting. When it happens to Staples, and I'm not trying to insinuate anything here, when the exact same thing happened to Staples, the umpire and McFarland got upset. The umpire sort of dismissed it. Now it's happening to Warde. Now it looks like they're going to send him to first base for the time being. The umpires are going to confer. Let's see what this call is. They're going to say it hit the bat. So it will be a foul ball.
I think it kind of stems from the fact that the dugout really kind of irritated the umpire. So just got to be on the umpire side, to be honest with you, right? McFarland kind of being irritated and acting out like that was not the best way to approach the situation. But,
Coppola's at first.
Double play still there.
Double play. Throw over. That was close, but Coppola's back. Vincent at the plate. 0-1, 1 out. Warde now leads 3-2. Another throw over. They got him in a rundown. Coppola's in a rundown. Kukier's running after him. He'll throw over to Brill. He's safe. Another fielding miscue. They had Coppola there in a rundown. He's able to get back to first base.
It's like 5 punches to the gut right now, right? It's just gut-wrenching right now. I'm just like sad, bro, because they had so many opportunities to keep this game close, but everything is just going wrong right now for the Wreckers.
0-1 to Vincent. It's going to be upstairs, 1-1. And now Sage really just got to focus on getting out of this inning and maybe give the bats a chance to make
I know it's not Sage's fault at all, but is there a chance he just gets pulled from this game?
I don't know. We'll see. It's another throw over. And he's maybe starting to labor a little bit here. A lot of time between pitches here with the throws over. Checking on those runners.
Look, if you look at the Wreckers bullpen, a couple guys.
As the pitch, runner goes, its pitch is going to be foul tip. So Coppola has to head back. Now you got to worry about that. No.
What's the call?
There's confusion here. Now, apparently that might have been a live ball. I think it sounded to me it hit the bat. I don't know what some people, there could be catcher's interference here. It hit Goldshore's glove. To me, that seemed like it was clearly a foul ball.
That was clearly foul ball, I thought.
Sade is yelling at the umpire. McFarland's yelling at the umpire. I don't know what the call is right now.
The first base coach is yelling at them. Everyone's
Everyone's yelling at the umpire.
I mean, you know,
I'm sorry, and I don't mean to rip into the umpires, but if there's this much confusion, we've had several controversies like this. Maybe it is something he's doing wrong.
You know, I'm not trying to diss no umpire right now, but I'll tell you this. The Warde coach is being quiet right now. He wants the call to go to his favor.
So why is Coppola standing at second base? They saying that's a live ball. So I think they're going to say that missed everything. He didn't swing, and that was just a ball.
Wait,
Because
I thought,
Coppola's standing at second base.
No, I thought he swung.
I thought he swung, and he foul tipped it.
I think the call was that he swung, no foul tip, just swung.
So it was
it's
a
going to be
live ball,
strike.
so that's a stolen base. So Coppola's standing at second. Count is 2-1.
3-1 now.
Now it's going to be 3-1. Sada does have a base open here with one out.
It's now this is an interesting decision from McFarland.
3-1. That's going to be swung a line drive to center field. Landgraf dives and can't makes the play. Loses his hat. Coppola's going to score easily. Vincent's going to head into second with an RBI double. Warde takes a 4-2 lead here in this top of the ninth. A big RBI double there from Vincent, able to score Coppola. It's 4-2. This almost sounds like a Warde home game here, too, with the
I mean, yeah,
they're cheering.
It does. But you know what? I'll just tell you this right now. I just think that if I know this is not really as important as it should be because it's not a conference game, but if I'm McFarland, you just pull Sade and just maybe, use him for tomorrow because at this point it feels like it's been one out for so long. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, when is it gonna end?
Yeah.
When is the bleeding gonna stop?
That's a good point. But again, I mean, there has been some hard contact, but a lot of it.
There has been hard contact, and I feel like
that's the number 9 hitter, Galvin, in there. Takes a strike.
Hard contact, fielding errors. Like, I mean, everything going wrong right now. Still one out. It's been a while since they've gotten it out, right? It's just been so long. I mean, it feels like a double play is just never going to happen, and it can't happen right now, but it's just still.
Again, lacrosse is starting in 5 minutes. Bats will be on WAPT or the stream. We'll continue on the stream as long as it goes. That's going to be low, 1-1.
Need to see some more enthusiasm from the crowd, from the dugout. Just try to pump the players up.
1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. Vincent leads off second. 1 out. Warde scored 2 in this top of the ninth. They lead 4-2.
Sade
deals on 1 and 2. Pitch. Just missed. Inside 2-2.
I thought that was strike 3.
Yeah.
I think if Sade just needs to see an out, right? I feel like he just needs to see another out, and then he'll maybe get back, to pumping. But it's been a drought right now. Just
2-2 is going to be fouled back.
You need to see something
Galvin
go right.
stays alive. Yeah.
And no colony truck this time.
No colony truck today. Not Little League Day today. The 2-2. That's going to be a high fly ball, right field foul, but Britt's on the hill, so Brill's not going to be able to get it. That's out of play.
So if you can't get that.
You can't get that because that's obviously not safe to be on that hill catching a ball. So that is completely out of play.
2-2 again.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Such a crucial out. Such a crucial out if he gets it.
Pitch. Foul back. Galva stays alive.
And when the Wreckers bat, who's on next? For the Wreckers?
I believe
It'll be Oppie, Goldshore.
No, I believe it's gonna. Yeah, it'll be Oppie, Goldshore, and then
Landgraf.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll need to make something happen. 2-2. Pitch. Called strike 3. That's a big strikeout there from
That's
Sade. Galveston looking. So now, if Sade can get Meyer-Stransky, he can maybe get it back to the Wrecker bats.
I mean, problem is it's the top of the order, right? So, you're going to be facing the best hitters. You got to bring your A game, but I think that strikeout's huge for his confidence, right?
Yeah, huge. Now, we're going to call time here.
Looks
I
like
think that's the Staples pitching coach here going to come out and talk to Sade. Unless it's McFarland's still, yeah, that's the pitching coach.
Oh, I thought McFarland got thrown out or something.
McFarland's still over there.
Looks like he's...
Sade is going to be done, so McFarland's there talking to the bullpen. Sade's going to come out. It's going to be Mikey Lynn is going to take over here. It's a pretty big spot for him.
But it makes sense, right? He's a lefty pitcher against a lefty hitter.
Yeah.
Lefty-lefty is usually something you would take, but, crucial spot for him.
The Wreckers want the lefty-lefty, but, yeah, Mikey doesn't get a whole lot of reps, but hey, this is a pretty big situation to throw him into here.
I mean, I agree, but, let's see what he pumps.
He'll get his warm-ups here. He'll face the top of the Warde order. And Lax is now underway on You can look over there. They're huddling up, so they'll be starting shortly. Again, as soon as we're done here, I'll tell you to go over to the Lax, to WWPT or the Lax stream, and then after, there's cleanup crew. So Lynn warming up.
Let's see what he can do, but like I said, like you said actually, doesn't get much, reps like this, right, in such crucial situations, right? But lefty, McFarland choosing to do that is not something out of the ordinary. Obviously, we're not going to see Kai, but...
Yeah, Kai pitched over 100 pitches yesterday.
Over 100, you say?
He went 7 yesterday.
Yeah.
So we will not see him. But
obviously, no Tobias because of injury.
Tobias has been hurt, yep.
But, let's see. I mean, honestly, if I'm a dugout, you want to hype him up, right? As a guy that really doesn't get too much, PT in these big moments, the dugout really got to hype him up. You think?
Yeah. So Mikey Lynn's task here will be to retire Stransky, get the Wreckers back into the dugout, a chance to tie it again or take the lead in the bottom of the 9th. He has a runner at second. That's Vincent. There's 2 outs. Warde leads 4-2. We're in the top of the 9th. The pitch to Stransky. That's going to hit him. Or a foul ball. No, that's going to hit him. They say it's hit his elbow. There's been a lot of questions of whether things have hit the body or hit the bat today. But Staples thinks it might have hit the bat, but they're going to say it hit the elbow. Seems like every single one of those calls has gone Warde's way.
It has.
So Stransky is going to reach. Not the worst thing in the world for Mikey Lynn. The lead runner doesn't move. Now he'll just have to do it against Blanco.
It's not that. It's just like how many breaks are going to go Warde's way and how many are not going to go Staples' way. It feels like this inning has been going on for like an hour, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just Staples really needs that last out, or else I just don't know if they'll be able to, come up and walk us off in the bottom of the 9th. But
pitch to Blanco is just going to miss low, 1-0. 2 on with 2 out. Lynn is going to deal. 1-0.
That's
Low.
low.
2-0.
Not ideal to, hit your first batter, but,
2-0. That's swung on. That's going to be hit into center field. Vincent's going to round third. He's coming home. He's going to score. Coming into second is Stransky. That throw's wild. So now Stransky's going to step up and go to third. Coming into second is Blanco, and another defensive nightmare for the Wreckers. First the hit from Blanco. That was a single. Then an error there, throwing error there that just went wild. And now it's 5-2 with 2 more runners in scoring position. This has been a 9th inning disaster from the Wreckers.
Disaster might be an understatement right now. I feel like it's just so much
now
going
they're going to
wrong.
intentionally walk Dobbs here to load the bases.
It's like the 2024 Yankees. You know what I'm saying? The defense is atrocious.
It's like the 5th inning of Game 5 of the World Series.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this might be over. What do you think?
Now it's going to be Krosky, the catcher, will face Lynn. That ball's fouled back. 0-1.
Obviously not your high leverage guy right now, but
Stransky at third, Blanco at second, Dobbs at first. 0-1 the count. Lynn deals. Fouled. Got a piece of it. Foul. 0-2. Big there for Mikey Lynn to get ahead in the count.
Yeah, strike out any out right now. Just to end the bleeding. Stop it, right?
Yeah.
But Oppenheimer, Goldshore, Landgraf, the 3 to bat next inning.
Bases loaded. 2 outs. 0-2. Pitch from Lynn. That's upstairs. 1-2.
Almost was like a pitch out.
Yeah. Was high there to Krosky. Obviously, I don't think they were afraid of Stransky stealing home, but
I mean, I was, honestly. I can't even
1-2,
lie.
that's called strike 3. So Krasky goes down looking, so Lynn's able to get his big strikeout, does surrender a hit, but a lot went on in that 9th inning. Warde is able to plate 3. First it started with Noah Sade on the mound. A lot of defensive miscues. I mean, in terms of errors, some pickoffs that have gone wrong, some missed throws into the outfield. It all started with that snap throw from Goldshore with the runner at first. That went in the outfield. Then Brill's throw went past second into center field. That allowed the runner to get to third, and then just defensively it went downhill from there. So now the record's down 5-2, heading to the bottom of the 9th. This is their last licks against McDonald. It'll be Oppenheimer, Goldshore, and Landgraf.
I mean, maybe like just one of the worst innings for the Wreckers, but it feels like just a lot of self-inflicted mistakes, and it just couldn't stop, right? It stopped eventually, but 3 runs is a lot, to make up. But with Oppenheimer, Goldshore, and Landgraf up to bat, there's always a chance.
Wreckers lost today, that would be 3 straight losses. I mean, all against against Warde twice and then to Trumbull, which are tough competition, but
still, you expect them, you expect them to win some of those games, right?
Yeah.
But
especially 2 of those right here.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll host Danbury tomorrow, again, weather permitting. That game will be on WWPT with Jared Sale and Sarah Kalb on the call. But first, Wreckers see maybe they can mount a rally here in this bottom of the 9th. Down 5-2 against McDonald. Oppenheimer will lead it off. Oppenheimer had a stellar pitching performance today. Went 7 innings, was absolutely dominant. Did all that he could do. First, Oppenheimer swings and misses the first pitch, 0-1.
I mean, McDonald last inning was, amazing, I guess you could say, right? And it feels like
1-1.
It feels like he's, ready for this moment, but you got to break that confidence some way. Looks like there's a Sunny Days truck here.
Yeah. There's a strike, 1-2.
Maybe no Colony truck, but
I don't know if that's for baseball or for lacrosse,
I
but
think for lacrosse.
1-2. It's fouled back. 2-2. Or 1-2 still, rather.
So, Goldshore on deck. Then Landgraf in the hole.
One and 2 to Oppenheimer. Pitch. Just missed outside. 2-2.
Come on, Oppie.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Oppenheimer goes down swinging for the first out.
That was a great breaking ball.
Yeah,
by
great
McDonald's.
pitch there from McDonald. Retire Oppenheimer. So that's going to bring up his current teammate, his former teammate, and his future teammate, Jake Goldshore.
Two more outs, though.
Hell of a chance here. That ball's fouled to the Sunny Days truck.
That thing
I don't
hit
know
a
if it
car.
hit
Hit
it.
a car. I think.
Wasn't my car.
Wasn't mine either, but I had my car, right there.
No,
Just
your
I had
car's
to
in
move it.
territory, yeah.
I had to move it.
0-1. That's going to be fouled. Also
That's-
near a car.
No, that's not car.
That's going to land in the lot. It's going to be 0-2 on Goldshore.
I mean, you got to
Rutgers-
protect here, but
Yeah. Just do what they can. If you're at Staples, the mantra's got to just be one guy on. Keep the line moving. See if you can maybe mount a comeback in this bottom of the 9th. Make up for those fielding miscues. 0-2. That's going to be grounded to third. Making the play is Vincent. He'll throw in time for the second out.
one more out.
Records down to their final out. It's going to be all up to Cole Landgraf.
I think. It was close until it wasn't, but
Yes.
it's just like self-inflicted wounds, right?
Yeah. Pitch to Landgraf is low. What a no. One 0 to Landgraf. 2-0 upstairs. Two 0 to Landgraf. That's a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So Cole Landgraf with a single. Keep the records alive for the moment. It's going to bring Vinny Vega to the plate.
I mean, that's just good hitting. He knew that, if he got out, game over, but
Yeah.
that clutchness in him. And, he's only a sophomore. Can you believe
Yeah.
it? So, two more years.
Poised and collected there, able to put that into right field for a single. So now we're going to see Vinny Vega. He has a chance here. Just, again, keep the line moving is what the Wreckers are trying to do. Pitch to Vega. Low, 1-0. Just got to think of one base runner at a time here.
I don't think we'll see Landgraf try to steal only because it's 2 outs. But
And it won't matter down 3 runs. And that's a line drive right to the second baseman, Mark Cascio. He completes the throw to first.
That's
and the
your
ball
ball
game
game.
is over. Warde comes away with the win, 5-2 in 9 innings. A disappointing loss. Rutgers controlled this game most of the way. Gave up the lead in that 6th inning, made it 2-2. And then we got to that top of the 9th inning. A lot of defensive mishaps from the Rutgers. Warde took full advantage, and then Staples not able to counter in that bottom of the 9th. Really disappointing loss here today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to put it in words, but just utterly just disappointing 9th inning. I mean, the whole game, the fielding has been off from the Staples Wreckers. And, that's a strength of this team, which is, makes it even more interesting that, one of their strengths ends up being their weakness and ends up costing this game. And, I know that was the lows of the lows, but, I mean, they battled they were in this game until that one inning. It was 2-2.
Yeah.
That one inning really cost them, but dropping 3 in a row isn't fun. But we'll put it this way, right? It's not the playoffs, right? It's just one game. 3 in a row. Obviously not the streak you wanted, but there's a lot to learn from this game. But you got to move on to the next, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely a lot to take away. A lot of bright spots, too. Andrew Oppenheimer had a stellar performance on the mound today. So you do look at the positives. But, yes, the records have now dropped 3 in a row. But good thing about baseball is there's always tomorrow. So they'll host Danbury tomorrow at 4:30, weather permitting. You can hear that right here on WWPT or the stream. Varun, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Let's say. I think my final thought is that, for the team, you just got to, keep going, right? Keep persevering. Frustrating loss, I know that it was not the result that we wanted as fans, not the team wanted, but it's just one game at the end of the day, out of conference, so less stakes, but still, you gotta keep on pushing through it. Game tomorrow against Danbury that you can hear on WWPT, but they have a game on Saturday. They have a game, I'm pretty sure.
Thursday, too.
Thursday. So, a lot of games to be played for the Wreckers before, the postseason starts. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. So that's going to do it for us. Again, another disappointing loss from the Wreckers. They fall to Warde 5-2 in 9 innings. Again, lacrosse going on now on WWPT and the stream. Cleanup crew after that. Make sure to tune into all of that. Special thanks to Varun Kumar. I'm Matthew Stachar. Thank you for tuning in. This has been WWPT 90.3 FM.